Well, just see if any late nighters come in. What the fuck is this? All the fans in the something something HRA fan club can now create a unique heart made together that represents the community. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. No, not that one. Oh. Hello, Angel Pink. Who's Angel Pink? Are you a good angel or a bad angel? I'm fine. I'm a bit pissed off that Troy thinks that he can get away with sexualizing a child and nobody noticed it. Oh, Angel Justice, oh yeah. You know what I mean? Nobody noticed that he sexualized a child and he spoke on child sexual abuse. That's got nothing to do with him. It's not his business. You know, what gives him the fucking right to sit there, right, and talk about my sexual abuse, if that's what you want to call it. I don't see it as a sexual abuse because I don't see myself as a victim. I refuse to let anybody victimize me. Absolutely refuse to. But the point is, I haven't done anything and he's got no proof that I've done anything. He's not shown one bit of proof. Right? He's, you know, they sat there tonight and they read from a book that was written by a copper that got the boot. Yeah? A copper that put his reputation on the line and fucking fucked himself up. Got the boot from the Metropolitan Police. Lost his pension. Lots of other things happened to him. I think he lost his wife and his home and all the rest of it and access to his kids. And the only thing left for him today was to write a book about these alleged allegations. Nobody has ever seen any redacted paperwork. You know, why would an entire police force, redact? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, point is, I was only a young kid at the time. This was all apparently done in 81 to 82. You know, it was all... I was 12 at the time. But according to him, I was younger, which makes it even worse for him. So I don't understand why people sat with him and allowed him. Nobody pulled him up on it. Nobody called him out on it. Nobody sat... Oh, thank you, Nana B. Nobody sat with him, yeah, and said, you're out of order for what you've done. It's okay, Angel Pink. I was like, me and Nana B have been talking on Messenger. But had this been a case of like abuse, then I'm the victim. And how fucking dare he? How dare he put my business out there? You coming up, Nana B? You better listen. Where's she? Oh no, she's not coming. I was just going to say, Nana B, if you come up in this box and get me in trouble with the other half, I swear to God, bag over the head and in the river you go. I tell you, Nana B's other half will come after me. So, no, but wrong button. No, they didn't, Angel Pink. No, they fucking didn't. And that's why I'm not fucking speaking to them right now. No, they didn't. They fucked off and done their own live. I was telling them to all day, this ain't about Paul. This was never going to be about Paul. He wasn't even going to get it tarnished at all. It was all jumped up hype. This was about getting me to try and embarrass me and embarrass me off the app so that I wouldn't sit with Michelle. That's what that was about, that little exercise. All orchestrated by Vimto and facilitated by Troy. Well, you know what, Angel of Pink, you can go back to Paul's live. Yeah, I know. I wonder what Troy would say if he knew that he was sitting... He had Wendy, the child abuser, sitting in his live. And that fucking squidgy came into the live, I noticed. Wait till I fucking catch her. Next time I catch her, so she'll be blocked. Just like fucking Angel Pink's just been blocked. I can go and sit in Paul's live. I don't care. Oh my God. Fucking gaslight me. Oh, they were just supporting you in the other life. No, they weren't. If they were supporting me, they should have been in my fucking life supporting me. Yeah, me too, Nana B. Me too. Oh, okay, half past, Queen. Yeah, we all had to get away from that you. Yeah, we all had to hide it, didn't we? So the only thing that annoys me is that Troy and Vimto think that they've got the fucking right to out people's sexual abuse. That's what's annoyed me. And I will make it out, so click me if you want. But I'm telling you now, if the cops don't do nothing about Troy and fucking Vimto now, when I report it in the morning, if they don't do nothing, I fucking will. And since Troy likes little prison fucking cells so much, yeah, he can go to one for a few months, a real one. Because I've got loads of shit on that cunt. There's quite a few other forums kicking about. One's called Tattle, full of what Troy's done over the years. I've had people come to me tell me what Troy's done to them. I've got messages from people. I've had phone calls. I've actually had men phoning me to tell me what Troy's done to them and their family. Oh, but see, that's the thing, Nana B. According to Bixie Doodles, right, she can be forgiven for that because she said sorry. But here's the kicker, right? The other night we were watching them, right? And Green Drip called Michelle a BC, if you know what I'm talking about, yeah? The colour B, you know? And C, lady part, yeah? And Vimto was there. And when he said it, Vimto went, la 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 la, right? And they dropped him. And 5 minutes later, they let him back up. In fact, Half Past Queen can back me up on this. They let him back up. Right? Now, last night, when it was being discussed what Green Drip had done, Bixie Doodle said, well, I was asleep, so I didn't hear what he did. What happened? What happened? Vimto sat in the background and said, oh no, he wasn't racist. I didn't hear him say anything racist. And she sat there in the background, knowing full well that people were sending Bixie copies of what Green Drip had said. And when she watched one of them, Bixie, give her due there, Bixie came out and said, no, I don't stand for that. I do not stand for racism. And then all of a sudden, the somber, you know, the attitude, they were like little cockroaches running away from the situation, you know. And there was Vimto. Oh, I've got to go to bed. Vimto never goes to bed at 11 o'clock at night. Oh, no. Vimto stays up all night watching people, spying on people, watching Lindsay in the morning. That's what Vimto does. She doesn't go to bed till 9 o'clock in the morning. She sits in bed all day. So, yeah. And we can tell you exactly what Vimto's days are. And she'll get up about 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. She'll go and have a shower with the aid of Mark, her husband. You know, play with the dogs a little bit and then phone people and then start our bullshit all over again. So, no. Vimto was very much there, but she sneaked off before anybody could... And I couldn't get the message to Bixie to say, actually, watch the fucking video in full on my channel or Angel Blue's channel, right? Because we've got the full version there where you can see Vimto knew about it and she sat there lying to you. And when the heat was turned up, she fucking sneaked off. She sneaked off. Yeah, Torian will have a field day with that. But Bixie Doodles needs to be told. Yeah, Vimto fucking lied to her. She sat there lying. And we were watching it unfold. And you know, like when you're watching the horse racing, and you go, "Oh, come on, come on, come on, get a horsey, get a horsey." Or the boxing, yeah, get him, get him, get him. That's what I was like at the phone screen. Yeah, Bexy, she's lying, she's lying. Stop, she's lying. But yeah, so Troy and Bexy and all that, they think they can bring down me. They think they're going to get me off this app, yeah, by embarrassing me about my childhood sexual abuse that I didn't want to bring to this app because I don't want the sympathy for it. You know, I'm not one of these people that talk about it all the time. You know, like all that lot out there. Oh, I was abused. I was DV'd. I was this. I was that. No, it's none of your fucking businesses. None of your fucking businesses. What happened to me. And even I've had discussions with the Angels and Michelle and Paul and so forth, and I've often said, you know, people of real abuse never discuss it. But on this app, you've got people that go into detail of the abuse. And I think to myself, you've not been abused. You don't have a fucking clue what it's like to be abused. Because if you did, you wouldn't be sitting on here fucking praising your abuser by telling other abusers what happened to you. Because, I mean, let's face it, there'll be a lot of abusers on here listening to the childhood abuse and they'll be getting off on it. You know what I mean? So, no, I there's a lot of them in here. I don't fucking believe a word they say. I'm sorry. And it's purely for that reason. Nothing else. You wouldn't say it like me. I don't like to talk about it. It's not me. And if anybody does bring it up in they get a short answer from me. I'm not a fucking victim. And don't make me a victim. And don't fucking victimize me. And don't fucking throw it in my face. You know what I mean? What Troy has done tonight has told a 15-year-old boy, yeah, you caused your own abuse. Isn't that what pedolos say to their victims? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's how they scare their victims. Don't you tell anybody, because you'll be the one in the wrong. You'll be the bad person, not me. And therefore, victims don't speak out. Do you know what I mean? So, and that's what Troy's done tonight. Troy the predator, 100% predator. He is the definition in the Oxford Dictionary of a predator. So he is a predator. And he tried to come for me and sexualize my abuse, sexualize me and out my abuse and then tell me I was to blame for it. And he had a load of fucking minions sitting in that box with him, gifting him. Don't you dare gift me, none of you, right? Or any of you, right? And gifting him, right? And calling me a fucking wrongin' because I let myself get abused. Are you fucking right in the head, Troy Holt? And I will be complaining to TikTok about it as well. I will be complaining to TikTok about it because that was a fucking shit show tonight. And I will be telling them in the harshest possible way, he just victimized a 15-year-old child. He just put a 15-year-old child in the spotlight and then claimed it was their fault they were abused. Do you know what I mean? He's a disgusting fucking imbecile and excuse for a male species in this fucking world. And the more that people actually fucking wake up and see that, the better. Right? Tomorrow, right? All them big creators like Luke the Judge, fucking Misread, Pearl, Angie, all of them, they should all be calling Troy out tomorrow. But do you think they will? Nah. Right? Troy Holt will get away with it again. Like he did in 24, like he did in 23, like he did in 22. There's no point in it because they're not interested in that. It's not drama enough for them. They don't care about kids as much as he doesn't. But if they had an ounce of decency in them, any of them big creators, yeah, they would call out Troy Holt. Because that was not his fucking story to tell. How fucking dare he? And remember that his position on this was to embarrass me off the app. Nothing more and nothing less. So he was embarrassing me off this app by talking about my childhood sexual abuse. That makes it 10 times worse. In fact, I'm going to go one better than that. I'm going to tell everybody that he is worse than a child abuser. He's actually fucking worse than a child abuser. Do you know why? Because child abusers are sick. Child abusers, yeah, sit on this app and other places and they try and, what's the word? Groom children or whatever, right? Because they're sick in the head. Troy Holt and Vimto Bubbles knew exactly what they were fucking doing. No gifts. I'll turn them off in a minute. Right? Oh, that's another thing. Talking about that. No, but you said no gifts. Right, that was the other thing, right? He sat there getting gift after gift after gift tonight, yeah? I had mine turned off. I had my gifts turned off. Says a lot for him, doesn't it? It's all about the gifts and all about the follows and all about the fucking... Because he was telling everybody, go to the event, go to the event, go to the event. Well, when you click on the event, it means you've got to follow the person. So he gained about 100 followers. And then he sat there telling everybody, 1.2k people have seen my abuse being spilled out all over the fucking app, yeah? Well, I checked on him, he had 106 people. Nobody was fucking bothered about it. I think most people went in there, heard this recording and thought, well, where's the evidence? Oh, wait, it comes at the end, it comes at the end. Now, let's go to Bexy Doodles. Yeah? Now, on my page on Brighton Unfiltered, yeah, I've got a video in there. And so has the Angels, right? They've put the same video up. We've all put it up. Paul's put it up as well. And it's Bexy Doodles basically saying, Green Drip says to her about, why we're picking on her. And she says, because all they've got on me is that I dated a peddler. And Green Drip said, what's wrong with that? And she says, nothing's wrong with that. That's what they said. So Bexy Doodles is saying there's nothing wrong with dating a peddler. And she sat with Troy tonight in that box. And Troy was telling me that me having an affair, me living with a peddler, makes me a wrong'un. Because I lived with a peddler when I was 17. And he was 50 something. Right? Right? That makes me a peddler. Well, you got to remember, right? This is a man who's been cleared by a court of law, by the police, yeah? Cleared of historical charges that were brought against him. For what? For sleeping with young men. And I say young men, not children, not boys, young men. 18 plus. Even though I was 17. I didn't say that. And what I would say is that when I was 16, I was allowed to marry. I was allowed to vote. I was allowed to have a baby. I was allowed to get a job. In fact, I was encouraged to get a job. Yeah, Nana B, do you remember the old YTS schemes? Right? You were told when you came out of school, you do a YTS scheme. Don't be sitting thinking you're going on the dole. And women were getting away with it because they would fall pregnant at 16 and they weren't expected to do YTS. They would get a council house and dole. That's what happened back then. You know, they'd be set up. But a man, no, 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 no. You're expected to go and get a job. Okay, I get that. I agree with that. But one question. Why can't I suck cock? I can do all them things, but I can't suck cock. Well, Nana B, in your day, some people were at school at work at 14. Not saying that you're old or anything, but, you know, you're a generation behind me. Or in front of me, whatever you want to call it. Do you know what I mean? So, I was having no government man telling me I can't suck cock at fucking 16 and shit like that, 17, when I can marry, vote, job, you know, have babies. All legal. No, 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 no. That was not happening. I will do as I please. And then you've got Troy saying, but you should have come forward. For what? For what? All Harvey did was had sex with young men. He didn't force any of them. He didn't use violence. He was a nice man. He was actually very gentle. He was very softly spoken. He was very, I don't know how else. You just, no, he just wasn't that type of person. So when I heard that shit tonight, yeah, I was like, yeah, whatever, you know. Yeah. And there was no fucking uniform covered in bloodstains. That was a lie as well. That was an absolute lie. There might have been a uniform. Mine. But no, it wasn't covered in blood. And like most things, as I'm Nanaby, you know me, the angels know me, you know, when I talk about my husband's demises and shit like that, you know, I push him down the stairs and shit like that, you know, somebody asked me about the Bloodsfield uniform and I was sick and tired of people asking me about it. So I said, well, okay, yeah, so what? It's mine. I've got it hanging up in the cupboard still in a plastic bag, right? So when the old fucker dies, yeah, I'm going to auction it. It'll be worth more money then than it is now. Yeah, I'm going to sell it on eBay. The famous uniform from fucking Harvey Procter. I get billions for it. It doesn't exist. Let me just put that out there. It doesn't exist. The papers that put this out has went bankrupt because it had to pay out a lot of money to a lot of people for telling lies on them. The other paper who ran the story was the News of the World, and we all know what happened to them. They went bankrupt because they told loads of lies on people and spied on people's fucking private affairs. The Star. Is that still gone? No, I think that's still gone. Anyway, and the Times and the Mail. They ran like little copy stories so they couldn't get touched. But nevertheless, yeah. The main papers was the People and the News of the World. And so they've all been done. They've all had to pay out money for their lies. There was no fucking uniform. He was a simple man. He was an MP. He sold shirts for a living. He was a tailor, you know, right? Sold suits and shirts and things like that, yeah, for a living. And he liked young men. Not children, not boys, young men. But of course, draconian laws at the time said you can't suck cock till you're 21. You can have a baby, I'll repeat again, you can have a baby, you can get married, you can vote, you can get a job. Yeah? You are a man at 16. But you're not allowed to suck cock. Bad. Fuck off. Exactly, none of me. My private life, not theirs. So, oh, hello, Mandy. So, yeah, there was nothing illegal, nothing wrong. That fucking Neil Anderson is not a journalist. He is not a registered journalist. Let me tell you that. He is a predator of women. Neil Anderson has got a long list of charges behind him, let me tell you. Right? He approached me, upon me and Michelle first arguing, he approached me. Said he had all this information on her, out her on the app, tell everybody what she's like, blah, blah, blah. He told me loads of things. And the only thing that I used against Michelle was her mum's death certificate. And even then, when he gave it to me, even then I checked it out. I phoned Thameside Council. I asked them if it was a true one. They said, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. You can apply for another version of it, etc., etc. This is how you do it. I knew how to do it anyway. Yeah, okay. So it was true. It was a real death certificate. That's the only thing that Neil Anderson ever gave me that was true. He tried to send me pictures of her Nunu, her working pages. And I'm sitting there going, I've been a working girl. So what? The woman has put their food in her children's mouth and kept a roof over her children's head, and you're going to fucking blast her for that? No. I'd rather blast her for something much better, I'm not judging her for that. No. I'm not judging any woman for that. You know? But when I caught her in a lie, or what was a lie at the time, right? Yeah, I blasted her for it. And then what fucking happened? It turned out she was telling the truth the whole time. And I tried to explain to somebody, I don't know the legal technicalities of it, but I've seen 2 death certificates. One that was issued at the time and is registered with Thameside Council, and another one that was registered afterwards, after a big investigation by the police, and, you know, whatever you call it, you know, I don't know the technical words for it, but if you guys know it or understand it, then so be it. I don't, right? But they issued another one for the family, you know, that says that Regina took her own life. I've seen it. You know what I mean? But there is a public one that says she died of a heart attack. So we must be forgiven for that. We only went on public records. But again, as Nana B said, that was my private life. That was fucking Michelle's private life. Everything else that Neil Anderson and I talked about or discussed or done, you know, like the running down of a kid, that wasn't true. And I knew when he told me that wasn't true. I fucking knew that wasn't true. Because that would have been blasted all over the media. That would have been everywhere if Michelle fucking Matthews had hit a kid with a car. Even accidentally, it would have been all over the place. But it wasn't. It never happened. And if you listen to the tapes, yeah, from that interview that he claims he done, I interviewed the parents of the child. Okay, let's listen to it then. They agree that a teenager done something, right? And Michelle took an evasive action to get away from this person. I don't even know the ins and outs of that really, but no, she didn't hit a kid, and she didn't attempt to hit a kid either. But there was something to do with a kid being in the way of the car, or my understanding of it is that somebody did something on the left hand side. She moved her car to the right, but there was a kid that she didn't see, possibly, right? But she knew the kid, she knew the family. Right, but they've said there was no accident, there was no swerve in the car. But in that interview, you can hear him saying, "And did she swerve the car towards you? Did she mean to do that to you? Did she mean to run you down? Has she got a 10-year restraining order?" And And none of it was true. None of it. But he was leading the questions by telling them he was a journalist. I'm a journalist and I'm investigating Michelle Matthews. Well, I'm pretty sure that Michelle's got quite a few fucking enemies in life, you know. She does she does rub people up the wrong way. Yeah, when I'm ready. And she can be a bit of a bitch at times, you know. And sometimes you have to walk on eggshells around her. There is that. But then that's all of us are like that. I can't just say she's like that. We all have our little moments, you know. So, yeah. But she didn't run over any kid. She didn't do anything bad like that, yeah. She fought for her own children. She had a joint custody with her children, with her mother, right? Let's be serious. I don't think she'll mind me ever saying this, right, to you guys. But she beat somebody up, another girl. Okay, Nana B. Thank you for the love hearty thing, the positivity thing. Thank you, but you know I'm not doing it for the gifts, right? Yeah. She annihilated this girl. She fucking ragged this girl and ragged her all around the fucking street, you know? And she got done for it and went to jail. And because she went to jail, the mother got custody of the kids. When she came out of jail, she had to prove that she was going to be a good person, a good woman, and a good mother, you know, and stop ragging people across the street. Because she was a bit of a fighter in her day. No wonder her son takes after her. And to prove that, they had joint custody, her and her mum, of the kids. And then when her mum died, the social services, obviously, you know, they were worried because will Michelle go back to her old ways? You know, she was distraught, so will she take drugs? Will she neglect the children? You know, all these things were going through social services' heads, yeah? So they were, she had custody of the kids, obviously, but they were on her like a car bonnet, you know? They watched every single fucking move she made on a daily basis. They were waiting for her to fall. And do you know what? She proved them all wrong. She proved them all wrong. And she got her kids properly, full-time, no questions asked. You know? How many of the bitches on this app can say that? How many of the bitches on this app? Oh no, I lost my kids to the system. Oh, I wonder why. I wonder why. Because here we've got Michelle Matthews, who is the perfect candidate to lose her fucking kids and lose her mind and lose everything, yeah, and go off the rails. But she didn't, did she? No, she stepped up to be a woman and to be a mother. Not to mention that she has a good man behind her. Lee's gorgeous. Just saying. Right? So, hey, how many other mothers and women out there can say that? None of them. Not fucking one of them. But do you know what else? To put that roof over their head, to put the food in their mouths, yeah, she done some work, some modelling. Nice polite way of putting it. Modelling. And these dirty men have got the cheek and the audacity to drag her over this app here and bring out hot and embarrass. This is what Troy and Vimto did to me tonight, is what Neo and Vimto and others have done to Michelle, yeah? They've dragged her nunu. They've put her out there, right? In public, right? That's not right. They've just done that to me tonight. They've just put my fucking nunu everywhere. Nah. They're fucking nasty, disgusting rats. Dirty pigs. Right? It's none of their fucking business. But do you know what the funny thing is? There's Michelle brought up her two boys, yeah, and put the food in the mouth and the roof over the head and whopped her ass off. I also put the roof over my boys' heads, put the food in their bellies and worked my fucking ass off, yeah? But they've all had their kids taken after them. They're all sitting on benefits. They're all sitting with a fucking, in a council house and having everything put, laid down before them and given everything to them. Well, people like me and Michelle work fucking hard. But because we choose to sell our asses, we're bad people. While you sit in a council house claiming benefits and give your kids to the fucking social services. Let somebody else look after them. Make it make sense. Do you know what I mean? Oh, my AI just said, debating the story of Michelle Matthews, who was wrongly accused. Absolutely TikTok. She was absolutely wrongly accused and wrongly fucking blamed for everything and the things that she never done, just like they've done to me tonight. And why have they done it to me tonight? I'll tell you why. I know that, Legends, I know. I'll tell you why. Because they're jealous. They hate the fact that somebody got on in life. They hate the fact that somebody actually crawled out of that pit, and like life's pit, yeah, crawled out and had a good fucking time. Because they think we should have come back for them and helped them out. Fuck that! Who helped us? Who helped us out? Nobody. We fucking crawled up our own pits of life and we got ourselves back out there. But they're so used to people giving them handouts, like the DSS, DWP, social services, the NHS, the council housing. They're so used to having their hand out and getting. They don't understand what it's like to make it in life. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm talking, there's other people out there who've got proper jobs and done the same thing. A lot of people, probably 98% of the people who've got on in life have actually got off their ass, got a fucking job, got their kids back and went on and to have productive lives. And there's about 2% of us that have used our asses to make our money. And we're the bad people. Do you know what I mean? Please. Make it make sense, bitches. All sitting there all fucking high and mighty, think you're going to put our fucking sexual exploitations out there on an app? Who the fuck do you think you are? Fucking dirty cunts. Anyway, Legends has just said LCS News is not registered on anything, and that's absolutely true. They are not a registered company. They're not registered with the journalistic fucking society people. They're not registered with the media outlet people. They're not registered with the Inland Revenue, right? Rangi Latif is a fucking fraud. He's a fraud. Nothing much, Curtis. I'm just talking on what happened tonight, really. Yeah? Rangi Latif is a fraud. And I have heard his family, close family actually, tell me about narcotics, guns, child abuse, and DV. And on every one of the stories, he was the perpetrator. That's right. Orange Latif was the perpetrator. So Michelle was telling the truth the whole time. Then we have Neil Anderson. Well, let's talk about Neil Anderson. Lost his business. He blames COVID, of course, doesn't he? Right? The house got repossessed. And then he beat his wife because she wanted to take the COVID jab and he didn't. Because he's a conspiracist. Yeah? He was like, no, I'm not taking it. It's all this. You're not giving it to my children. Well, hold on a second. You don't own the children. Sorry, I shouldn't say it like that. You are a parent. You're the second part of the parent, you know. There's two parents, right? So it should be a joint decision. You should sit down and talk about it. But no. What he did to his wife, yeah, is he exerted himself as a man. And he bullied his wife into saying, no, the child will not be vaccinated. Well, she went off and done it anyway. And he beat her for it. So she left him. Woman beat her. Now he tours around Britain in a camper van. Now, the strangest thing is that I was looking at this the other day, yeah, and it seems that there's a high proportionate of sexual predators who own camper vans, who have no homes. Now, I know a lot of van lifers, have done for many years. Beautiful people, wonderful. They don't do that thing with kids and all that bullshit. They're into weed and artistry and making things and painting and, you know, all that kind of thing. But since the COVID time, there's been an influx of perverts, child molesters, perpetrators, yeah, who've infiltrated the trans community and the van lifers community. These are dirty, sneaky men. These are men who are child abusers and perpetrators. And they've infiltrated, and I can only talk for the two communities that I know about. They've probably infiltrated other communities that I don't know about, right? But certainly the ones I know about I can speak on. And that's the van lifers and the trans community. By pretending that they're trans so that they can go and abuse children and women in bathrooms and ladies' facilities, you know, and hide in plain sight, as it's called. And the van lifers, well, they are transient, so they go from place to place, abusing children at each an individual place. Not every day, obviously, but, you know, all the time, you know, quite a lot, you know. And of course, a van is the perfect place to hide perpetrator abuse, you know, whether that be on an adult male, female, or a child male, female. Do you know what I mean? But I was reading about it the other day. And this is the other thing. I mean, you know, Neil Anderson threatened me the other day. Oh, I'm going to tell them all about Timmy in the fucking camper van. I'm still waiting. What do you want to tell us about Timmy in the camper van? Please do tell me. I'm still waiting. Do you know why he didn't say anything tonight about Timmy in the camper van? I'll tell you why. Because it would have fucked up the story that he did put out tonight. Because you can't have the Timmy in the camper van story and the story he put out tonight, because they don't match. The years don't match. The timeline don't match. The places don't match. None of it matches. That's why he had to choose which one he was going to put out. Was he going to embarrass me with Timmy the camper van, or was he going to fucking embarrass me by saying, oh, you went with an MP who got done with sleeping with boys? No, he got done with sleeping with young men, love. 18 plus. Just putting it out there. So shut your mouth, Neil Anderson. You don't know nothing. Absolutely nothing. And let me be clear on this. The man was cleared sometime later. It took us years, but he was cleared. As was a load of other men. Men who slept with men and got arrested for it. Yeah? You know, prior to 1967 and between 1967 and 1987. Do you think just because the law changed in 67 that the police didn't go after gay men? No. They were worse. The police hated the fact that the law had been changed. They fucking hated it. You know? I know stories of nightclubs that would facilitate gay men, but they had a no-touch policy. Why? Because the police will raid them and shut them down. And although the publicans would say, yeah, I'm quite happy to facilitate gay men to come here and drink and talk and socialise, I can't have you kissing and talking and touching, because that's just not allowed. Even though it was legal. Even though it was legal. Trust me on that. Because the police would raid them. If anybody's interested, during the 1980s, going into the 90s, there was a police operation called Operation Spanner. Go and look it up. Operation Spanner. It was fucking diabolical. And if any use are taxpayers, yeah, and you read what happened there, you'd be sitting there going, "Where's my fucking money? I want it back." I can tell you what Operation Spanner was, but I don't know if you'd be interested. But it is actually interesting. And I lived through that. I was part of that. Yeah, Operation Spanner. Ooh. Gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. And the thing is, right, it wasn't anything sadistic. It wasn't anything fucking bad. It wasn't anything rude. I'm online. Do you have to embarrass me? You know, it wasn't anything fucking degrading. It wasn't anything like that. It was men over the age of 21 meeting each other. And the police would intervene. The police would intercept. And it was called Operation Spanner. Even though it was legal for two men to have sex together, in the 80s, there was the police decided, no, you're not doing it. And do you know who funded that? Margaret Thatcher. She put aside a special task force and money, yeah, to the Metropolitan Police and Thames Valley Police, right, to go after gay men over the age of 21, minding their own fucking business, yeah, and committing legal acts that were legal. Maggie Thatcher gave them extra money and started Operation Spanner. It didn't end until they got rid of her. And that was all part of the Clause 28. So there you go. I'm a mindful of fucking information, I am. You know? This is England. Yeah, this is fucking England. This is England for you. Wasting taxpayers' money on bullshit. Putting the money into things that they shouldn't be, paying and funding for shit they shouldn't be. You know what I mean? From a personal point of view and a personal standing, yeah, who the fuck is nothing to do with this government or anybody on fucking TikTok for that matter. Who I sleep with, nothing to do with you. Of course, unless it was illegal, but of course I wouldn't do things like that. I mean, that's the other thing. Do you know what? They called me a peddler or a peddler enabler, right? And yet they didn't fucking get it. What something that was staring them right in the face. You know what I mean? All my partners have been older than me. A lot older. Because I only have to spend a few years with them before they kick the bucket and leave their pensions and their bank accounts to me. And if by some miracle they go past the 7-year part, love, I'm pushing them down the stairs. Done it twice. There you go. Whoop. Cash it in. Run and tell the police. So that, and I'm sticking to that story. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah. So, you know, my type is older men on their last breath. But that makes me a peddler, apparently. Oh, it's just funny thinking about it. Oh my God. You alright, Sonia? You alright? Legends. Oh, Mandy's back in. I wonder if there is a word for the opposite of a peddler. in the straight world, they call it like granny basher. Wonder if there's one for gays. Never thought about it before, really. I mean, just sure, like the straights, we've got twinks and daddies and bears and lions and tigers and shit like that. You know? And now we've got dogs. Fucking hell. Don't know where that came from. Puppy love and all that shit, yeah. But actually, that came more from the straight community than it did the gay community. It just like the doors were opened by the gay community, really. They flooded the doors with the old puppy love. Puppy love is where one of the partners dresses as a dog and goes on a call-in lead and follows their master around. Just in case anybody's wondering, it's nothing to do with dogs, nothing to do with canines. But then in the heterosexual world, men have been doing that with their wives. You know what I mean? Wife says what goes, man jumps. Unless he puts his foot down. Man tries to do that nowadays. They're called a fucking abuser, a DVR. DA. Oh, you DA'd me, you DV'd me. No, it's alright for you to hit me with a rolling pin though, isn't it? But the minute I give you a clap back, oops, you're on the register. Make it make sense. I could go into statistics for that one. But yeah, I wouldn't like them. I was shocked at them. Absolutely shocked. Oh. The inequality of it all. I need some sweets. I'm going to see if I've got any toffees left. I bought a whole load of shit tonight to do that live way. I thought I bought popcorn. I bought, you know, them little toffees with the little chocolate thing on the toffee with the chocolate thing on top. I bought nuts. I bought Coke, crisps. Yeah, I bought everything. I thought it was going to be like a cinema watching that shit tonight. It was, honestly, I should have watched fucking Coronation Street. It would have been more exciting. Paul can stay away from my back, thank you very much. Well, it looks like I don't have any toffees left. Oh, I do have, actually. Yes, I do. Thank you very much. I've got toffees. But for some no good, skanky little fucking smelly bastard sitting in his dad's fucking back box room to come out and think that they can fucking out me and my childhood abuse. How fucking dare they? And what did they do it for? Just to get back at Michelle. So, well, these are lovely. Nana B gave me a positive thing on there. That'll pay for these. You alright, Kerry, though? Not so that button up. Not so much worried about myself as I am carrying that fucking loudmouth Michelle. Because as women, even though Michelle can handle herself, she's still affected. And Kerry is a woman and is very deeply affected. She's not got the strength, physically, mentally, or character. Character. But Michelle's like me. We put up a front, but even Michelle's front can get broken down. But me, I'm still here, Troy Holt. What you gonna do about it? Fuck all. You ain't getting me off this app. And that's another thing about Vimto. You know that Vimto tried to facilitate her 28-year-old son to groom a 17-year-old boy. Be strong. Legends, don't know. Anyway, what you doing now? Get some sleep. You've got the boys to get up for school. Go to bed. You know, Michelle's got a bit of fight in her, but she's just a woman after all, you know, and there's only so much a woman can take. Me, on the other hand, well, I'm half and half, you see. I'm half woman, half man. So I've got the strength of the lion and the lioness. You ain't gonna fucking put me down. What do you want, Jolene? What the fuck do you want? Get out of my room. Yeah, I'm asking. What do you want, Jolene? Fuck off. Fucking sitting there with that fat bastard that sat there saying they're going to enjoy me being taken down today. Well, I didn't go anywhere, Pricey, so what you going to do about it? Nothing. You fucking tramp. Go get your teeth fixed, you fucking oaf, ogre. Oh, I got a restriction for that. Did you report me, Jolene? Oh, yeah. Jolene's partner thinks that they're a man. They're a woman, but they think they're a man. Sitting there the other day in the box, he's gone, yeah, I can't wait for that still to be brought down a peg or two. That makes you enablers, Pricey and Jolene. You're both enablers. Because all they did was brought up my childhood sexual abuse. And haven't you two done that before? Haven't you done that before? With Wendy and fucking... And her daughter? Yeah, you did. That's right, you did. What's this angel? Who's this angel that's just come in? Oh, it's Tanya Queen. Yeah. You did, Jolene, didn't you? You and fucking... And Wendy was sitting over in that fucking live with Tony. And thanked Troy for trying to bring... morning, Tanya. Thanked Troy for trying to bring me down. Thank you, Troy. For what? The difference is, Wendy Woo, we've all seen your social work papers. We know you abused your fucking kid. Oh, thank you for the heart, me. We know you abused your kid. We've seen the paperwork from the social services. What exactly did Troy bring to the table today? A book written by a disgruntled and disgraced copper and read out by ChatGTP. Fuck off. Thank you for that, Tanya. Do you know what I mean? Who the fuck do they think they are? Fucking Wendy Woo and that fucking homewrecker of a wife of hers. And yes, I can say homewrecker. Yeah. Because she came in and turned the family upside down and turned Wendy's eye. And what happened? Wendy left Jolene. All the kids split and left them all behind. Because Jolene wasn't fucking having it. Jolene wasn't playing ball, but you still enabled it, Jolene, so fuck off. And that fat fucking ogre that you live with now. The fucking Wendy Woo double. Absolutely legends. Here, Tanya, it's nice and quiet. Are you coming up? It's not like you to be fucking that, like, keep your mouth shut that long. In case anybody's wondering, me and Tanya are frenemies. We're frenemies. She gets on my tits and I tell her to fuck off. And then I got on her tits and she tells me to fuck off.
And he gets a wedgie.
And I get a wedgie, yeah.
Oh, I've got a double ear infection. I've missed most of it. I have seen a bit and then I went to sleep still. What the fuck? So, what entirely happened then? Because I seen a bit and then I couldn't even keep my eyes open. So, sorry for missing it, but wasn't that big house, was it?
Whose box were you in?
I wasn't in a box, so comes to yours and then I was in with ear for a minute and then literally I just fell asleep when I was gone.
Well, all he did, Tanya, was expose my childhood abuse.
Right.
That's all we know about.
Which we all know about.
Well, I still don't see it as abuse, though, Tanya.
All right.
But he went into it deep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Telling all these people that I'm a wrong'un because I won't call out the people that abused me. That's my decision.
But you have spoken about it, though, haven't you?
I've spoken on it light-heartedly, yeah. And you've heard me say, Harvey did not abuse me. That is it.
Yeah.
Right? But he tried to make out that he did. And he said, I'm covering for it, which makes me a wrong'un because I covered up for Harvey. I lived with the man for months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We were partners, lovers.
Yeah. So you were at an age, weren't you still? I remember you saying that you were at the age where, what was it, that you weren't allowed because you were homosexual?
Yeah.
That was what it was, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. I remember you saying something like that.
I was 17. I could have a baby. I could get married. I could vote. I could get a job.
Right.
I was expected to get a job.
Yeah.
Right? And I did. I got my kit off for money.
Yes, you do.
As you do. So I had a job.
Right.
The only thing I wasn't allowed to do was suck cock till I was 21.
Yeah, because that was the legal age, wasn't it, at the time?
Yeah. I could munch the rug, you know.
You're not good at that.
I could let Tanya give me a wedgie, by the way, right? You know. I could let her.
You never had a choice in that.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have had a choice in that. There you go. You've heard it from the woman's mouth. You know what I mean? She was allowed to drag me up to the bedroom, wedgie and all. Yeah?
I don't know whether you got dragged to the bedroom.
That was legal.
How good she was.
That was legal, but I couldn't put a cock in my mouth. That was illegal. Fuck off! I ain't having nobody tell me that.
Wow. Hair clutching and that.
If I want the back end ripped out of me, I will. And no.
When did this all finish then, still? What, like, has this been going on all night?
They finished, I think, about 11. I took a little break and then I came on just to bitch. Just to bitch, basically. None of people
didn't even give them the time.
And I said to Nana B, yeah, where's all these big creators now? Why are they not going to call out fucking Troy for what he did tonight?
No.
He sexualized a child. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
He sexualized child exploitation. He outed my exploitation and my abuse. Because that's what they claim it is. They claim it's abuse. So if you believe it's abuse and you're outing it, then you are committing a criminal offence.
Yeah. Well, you never know what'll happen, do you, still?
But all they've done is they played a little synopsis of a book that was written by a disgruntled copper. And this copper was kicked out the force, lost his pension because he was a bit of a shit, really, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he then lost his marriage and lost his house. He had nothing. So he was sitting in a little bedsit and decided to write a book calling all these MPs nonsense.
I don't know what to say to it. I just don't know what to say about it all with these people.
This copper wasn't even involved in the investigations.
Yeah. Well, as I say, I missed most of it. Hey, Paul puts it on YouTube. Is Paul going to put it up tomorrow
Probably.
so we can watch it properly? Right, still listen, I'm going to jump down because I'm in agony with these bloody ears of mine.
Okay.
I'll speak to you tomorrow, okay?
All right. See you tomorrow.
Good night. Well,
So the AI summaries come up and said, a heated debate about a creator's actions and the accusations of child exploitation. The thing is, TikTok, yeah, that's illegal. Number one, it also goes against the community guidelines, yeah, of TikTok's own community guidelines. So what I want to know, TikTok, why didn't you do anything about it? Because I've already received 7 separate, from 7 different people, yeah, complaints against the live where TikTok said no violations found. So would you like to explain to me, TikTok? I want TikTok to explain to me why a man sat on a live and exploited a child's sexual abuse, and you said it's not going against, it's not no violations found, when it's quite clearly goes against the guidelines. But if I sit here and call somebody a name, I get bananaed. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, they should be penalised as well. Was his agent saying that live? Hey! No. Well, it just shows you the morals of his agency, doesn't it? They don't care what he does as long as he earns them coin. Oh, was she? Then she should know better. Send me details of that agency, Legends. And the woman that owns it. Yeah, just send me them on WhatsApp. Well, I see it. She should know better. Oh, did you? I'll have a look then. Kerry, you know I get sent so much shit. Have you seen how he's wrote your name on his underwear? And he's also put my name where his little ding-a-ling head is. No way. Dirty bastards. Dirty bastard. Predator. I don't want to be on his fucking knickers. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, Troy Holt has written all these women's names, and me and Paul's, Kevy's and Bambi's and all these people that have nothing to do with him. He's written on names on a mankini that he wears. Oh, did he? Well, he's good at threatening and doing stuff to women, isn't he? He's a woman beater. He goes for women, disabled people, gay people. You know, he's just a bully. Yeah, I remember Diane. Yeah, I remember her. It was, and I didn't want to tell you. I knew it would upset you. I thought it would be an isolated incident, but it obviously wasn't. He's done it again and again and again. I mean, I just, it makes me feel sick that he's wrote my name on his fucking mankini. Right where his little ding-dong head is. Oh, I can't have that. I cannot have that at all. I might mention it to a policeman I talk to him and say, I'm offended by it. I'm offended that he's got a mankini with a snowman's face on it and my fucking name next to his ding-a-ling. Fucking dirty bastard. While he's talking about my childhood sexual abuse. Fucking dirty bastard. Troy's a beast. But Troy Holt, don't worry about it. You will not get away with it. Nor will you, Kerry Rochelle Taylor. Nor will you. And that dumbass Alison that sits in his box thinking she's fucking smart, yeah? Didn't she call me out the other day? Didn't she tell me she wants to come to my door? Come to my door, Alison. Be my guest. Absolutely. Oh, I live near Stella. I'll go down there. Come. Your big mouth chat. So you do in that box, isn't it? Sit there, chit. If you met us in real life, you'd run away. Cry. Big woman she is. Got a fucking mouthful of marbles. Well, some sort of balls. It certainly ain't Troy's though, is it? Oh. For those who don't know about that, yes, Troy was one day we saw him with a hard on screen. Yes. He was erect on screen, the dirty bastard. Well, he was battling a man. What can I say? Me and Angel Blue caught it fucking good and proper. Couldn't believe our luck. I know that means that me and Angel Blue are dirty bastards. We were looking at his crutch, but we couldn't help it. It was there in front of us. Big screen and all, because I had my iPad on that day. So that's my excuse. I don't know what Angel Blue's excuse is. She can tell you that herself. Not my business. Sometimes I put TikTok on the telly, you know, and that's got like a big screen. You know, sometimes I put it on the computer, which is like 21 inches. The screen, that is. Oh, Jesus. But yeah, if you see it on a normal little phone screen, there wasn't much to see. But on the bigger screens, it was detailed, and it still wasn't big enough to even worry about. Troy and his little Willie. Anyway, I think I shall go off and get some sleep for now. I've been on a while. And then I'll be fresh as a daisy to come back fighting tomorrow. I mean, I don't think it was as bad. It went as bad as I thought it was going to be. But never mind. It's just a fucking farce. Mishmash. What was it? Spam bean and mash. Yeah, spam beans and mash. That's what it was. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. So I want to know. I'm putting a challenge out there to these big creators tomorrow morning. Yeah, to call out Troy Holt for exploiting a child's sexual abuse. I'm going to put a big call out tomorrow. I'm going to be putting it out there, and I'm going to be saying it all fucking day tomorrow until one of these big creators picks it up and runs with it in their show that Troy exploited a child's sexual abuse. Absolutely, 100%. Anyway, I'm going now. Get some sleep. Plus these dogs are doing my nutting, and I need the toilet as well now. Oh, hello, pussycat. Oh, I'm frightened. Oh, did you? Hey, was anybody in my? Thank you, TikTok. Was anybody in my live earlier when I showed the video of my pussycat when he was younger? Yeah. Oh, Jesus, oh, baby. He's 25. He's very old, and he loses his balance quite a lot these days. He nearly fell off the chair. You all right, my baby boy? Yeah? Yeah? Are you all right? He's 25 years old. Give him a break. And you, baby. But I showed a video earlier on my YouTube channel where when he was a baby. And he was a big old bloody pussycat. Massive he was. Big old fighter. And Artie was in that video as well. Artie was the biggest cat I had. He was massive as well. Anyway, enough about pussy. I better go to the toilet, deal with this one, deal with the dogs. And, yeah. Maybe get a bit of sleep tonight. I don't know, watch a movie or something. Fall asleep. That's what you should do, Kerry. Kerry, listen to me. Put Netflix on or something, yeah? Get yourself some sleep. You've got them children to look after. Do you hear me? That's the growl of the little chihuahua who thinks he's a big dog. Right, go and watch some telly or something. Yeah? Get yourself some sleep. Right, see you later. See you in the morning. Big hugs, Kerry.